Hi, this is Dr. Zorba Pastor with a rapid update about the American Heart Association's clash with the recommendations from RFK Jr. over red meat and beef tallow. So the nutritional guidelines from the American Heart Association advises getting protein from plants, which makes a lot of sense to me, generally choosing low-fat dairy products when you can, although I don't totally agree with that. I think that regular milk and regular yogurt that is full fat might actually satisfy you more, so I don't agree with that. But using olive oil, absolutely important because we know the Mediterranean diet is important. So their new guidelines basically is a disagreement with the federal government. Now let's remember that RFK Jr. is not a physician, that he made a lot of money basically fighting against immunization. We know that wasn't very good. Dialing back those vaccine recommendations really was not the thing to do in terms of science, but RFK did it anyway. Now, the American Heart Association counts 30,000 scientific, medical, and healthcare professionals among its more than 35 million volunteers and supporters. And their recommendations are based on science. And they basically said it's important to once again say that protein from vegetable products are much more important than protein from animal products. And it's also found, of course, a link between processed meats, such as sliced hams, bacon, sausage, to heart disease and stroke and some cancers. So the idea that we should simply load ourselves with red meat, which is recommendations from RFK Jr., is really not a good thing at all. So I think that you as a consumer have to look at this. Who do you want to follow? Do you want to follow the American Heart Association guidelines on one hand, which are scientifically based? Or do you want to follow the guidelines from the federal government, which basically are promoted by a cult led by RFK? And I think the answer is you have to make the decision yourself because that's the important thing to do. You are in charge of your health. You are in charge also of the health of others under your care with your children. And my recommendation is follow the American Heart Association scientific guidelines because they make more sense. Right now, in this time in America, there's a lot of rubbish coming out of Washington. And it's important, I think, to follow science because that's what I do. This is Dr. Zorba Pastor. Stay well.